Hi, this is Steve. Welcome back to my channel, Scale Model Kit Review. I am back with another build. This time it's the IXO Collections build, the Willys Jeep. Now I'll be working on stages 1 and 2. You saw in my previous video the intro to this build. Very large box arrived and it's fantastic. If you haven't watched that video, I'll put a link in the description below. But if you haven't done so already, head over to IXO Collection and purchase this kit today. It only comes as a full kit right now, but it's a fantastic build. So without further ado, let's get started on stages 1 and 2. The details for this model: the length is 29.5 inches, the width is 7.7 inches, height 8.9 inches. It has working headlights, functional steering, folding windshield. This model is constructed from precision engineered parts and includes a wealth of impressive features, among them a fully detailed replica of the M3 37mm gun, the standard anti-tank gun of U.S. Army infantry units. This kit is easy to build with over 120 model kits. The construction process is very simple and all parts simply click or screw together. The only tools you will need are a set of screwdrivers and a pair of pliers. No glue is needed. I'll complete 2 stages in this build, stage 1 and stage 2. Stage 1 came from pack 6 and stage 2 came from pack 2. Here's the step-by-step instructions for stage 1. And here's the parts list, everything we received so far. We'll start off with step A, and that's to assemble the headlights. Step B is next to put the brackets on the headlights. Step C is to assemble the blackout turn signal lights. And step D is to mount the brackets for those. And lastly, we will mount those on the grille. You can also view the assembly guide on IXO Collection's blog pages. And this is for stage 1 and for stage 2. I'll put a link below on how to find them. Stage 1 parts up close. Very nice there. I would also recommend these Wera screwdrivers, the PHO and the PH1. I'll put a link down below on how to get them. And here's a close-up of the parts. And we receive the headlight grille, headlight lenses, the headlight cups, the left headlight bracket and the right headlight bracket, the blackout headlight cups, blackout lenses, blackout covers, grille bracket right there, and 7 screws, AP screws and DM screws, along with the screwdriver. Step A, we fit the lenses into the cups. Make sure that the lines on the lenses should be vertical. So it just snaps in, no glue involved here. Just like that. And you'll see the hole in the back. That's so it will be lighted a little bit later. And that's how that looks there. And we have our mounting brackets for the headlights. The left is 1D, that's this right here, it's stamped with an L, and the right is 1E. Continuing with step B, Our bracket is keyed. It's got a flat edge on it, on the hole there, along with the bottom of the lens itself. So we'll line that up just like that. We'll put an AP screw into it. Perfect there. And that's both of those installed. Next we'll assemble the blackout headlights, and we have the outer casing, the front part. Notice it has a tab on it, so we'll put the clear lens on it. Clear lens has a hole. Just like that. And that will snap into the headlight bezel. Just like that. Looks good. We'll do the same thing with the other one. So we have both blackout headlights assembled. Once again, we'll go ahead and mount these to their respective brackets. We'll be using an AP screw for that. And the bracket has a flat edge on it, along with the light has a flat edge. And AP screw goes into that. So with your blackout headlights, when you have your screws tightened down, your AP screws, make sure your headlights are facing these flat edges here, because these will go up against the grill. So just pay attention to that. And with the last step E, we'll mount the headlights and blackout headlights to the grill. And we have it turned over on the back side. And we'll take the right headlight, and that will simply, this part here will mount on top. Now we're going to be putting screws into metal here, so I want to go ahead and lubricate it. Once again, using Vaseline. Put it down on top, and putting a DM screw into that. Till it's tight. Next, we'll put our blackout light in. Make sure that, like we were saying here, the flat edge is going to go up against the grill here. It is offset to the right, so it will fit inside the hole perfectly. Now I'll put a DM screw into that. Till it's nice and tight. And there you go. Looks good. Great. And there's our completed grill for stage 1. Looks great so far. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and look to see how this compares to some of the other die-cast Jeeps I have. Here's a 1/64th scale Jeep. So you can see the 1/8 scale is pretty large compared to that. Here's a 1/32nd scale Jeep, and here's the grill compared to that. Pretty big. And here's a 1/18th scale Jeep, and once again, the 1/8 scale dominates the 1/18th scale. And there you have it. That completes stage 1 of the Willys MB Jeep build. And here's the parts pack for stage 2. Very nice. Here's the step-by-step instructions for stage 2. Here's the parts list. Part A, we assemble the hood bumpers. Part B, the hood bumpers go on the hood. Part C, we assemble the hood latches. Then part D and E, we mount the hood latches onto the hood. Here's a close-up of the hood. Of course, it's made out of metal. The Tampo graphics looks fantastic on this. Olive drab green. There's the underside. Let me get the other parts out and we'll get a closer look at those. And here's a close-up of those parts that are attached to the hood, and you can see just by the size of these parts as compared to a US penny, they're pretty small. So we did receive the windshield supports, the support pads themselves, and the retractor rods and supports for those which hold the hood down in place. And so I'll go ahead and show you the screws next. We did receive two types of screws, EM and CP. M meaning metal and P meaning plastic. Step A, we're going to install the windshield supports and pads, and these are the supports here. The pads themselves, if you look at the pins, one pin looks bigger than the other, thicker than the other, and looks like they correspond with the supports themselves. This support has a pin on the back side because it matters how it's mounted to the hood, and we'll look at that here in a second. So we simply put the pads in to the support. And there they are. And that's how they should look. So with our hood out, this is where they'll go to, because like we talked about before, we have the pin here, and it does matter how it goes in. So we'll line it up with the pin there, and line that up with the pin on that. I'm going to go ahead and take some tape, and I'm going to tape these down just to help me out. And turn this over. And we'll put in CP screws for this. Be careful that you don't over tighten them. And that's how those windshield supports look. Step B and C, we assemble the hood latches. And I'm going to use tweezers just to make it easier for you to see. But this will insert into this base mechanism here. And we simply just take and put this through that, just like that. That's how that looks there, just like that. Next, we mount all these to the side of the hood. We're going to mount the bracket with the rod right here, and then the latch stowage is going to go right there. EM screws for this. Stowage bracket goes right on the side. EM screw again. That's how that looks there. I'll go ahead and install them on the other side, and I'll be right back. And there's that side there. Looks great. And we have this latch mechanism here. It's going to latch on the outside and go inside that rod. So for better control, I'm going to hold it with my hands. Rotate it here a little bit. And that's better there. Like that on the storage bracket. And that completes stage 2 of issue 1. That was a lot of fun. Installing the accessories on the hood here. They really look nice. Here's what Stage 1 and Stage 2 look together. It was a lot of fun building Issue 1. I've enjoyed it immensely. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the bell for all notifications. Now remember, you can only purchase this Willys MB Jeep from IXO Collections. I'll put a link below.